Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. For today's video, we're going to be diving back into some of the most important charts that we have to analyze price action in crypto. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin, we're going to be taking a look at Ethereum, and then we're also going to be diving into my favorite DeFi crypto for the end of this year. This one's a safer pick. I don't think it'll outperform the entire market as far as some of the newer coins that are going to be coming up in the end of this bull run, but this is a crypto that's led a long time, that has shown us a way oftentimes inside of this bull market, and I do believe that it's going to have its time to shine again as we close out the end of the year. These are going to be three trends that really show us exactly how to capitalize on the most amount of money and make the most profit for ourselves by the end of the year. If you're new and just finding the channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Always remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the Discord server of over 21,000 members and growing. Links are going to be provided for you in the description for the people that want to sign up. On top of that, if you guys are new getting into these markets and you want an extra study guide on what it actually takes to be more profitable, links are also in the description to go ahead and download my free ebook and beginner's guide to crypto that I know is going to help you guys out tremendously. So check it out. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, so to start off this video, we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin actually retesting its all-time high and breaking out of it. And so this is as bullish as it can possibly get here. I know a lot of people were starting to get pretty fearful throughout this little correction, just gauging sentiment on Twitter. And when it really comes down to it, where we were retesting was honestly a pretty major level. This is a level that we actually made a lot of resistance at, and we've actually been held under this for a significant period of time. And really the only attempt that we had at a breakout was when we peaked at 65K. And this was more or less deviation because we had been holding underneath this resistance for a few months at this point. And so it showed that the market was getting held down, being suppressed, a lot of sellers inside of this area. And so the fact that we've actually came up, flipped this level, and now we've retested it as support, and we're actually getting a green candle in here. This is the most bullish scenario that could have possibly happened for crypto because now Bitcoin is entering price discovery. There's really no resistance left besides this high up here at 67,000 because we technically made a new all-time high already. And so this is the retest of the previous level, the level that was the previous resistance before our little bear cycle that we had. We are now retesting it as support before Bitcoin goes into price discovery. And so this is why I believe that what we're about to see is a massive influx of new money into the market. Bitcoin always leads the way. It's always been the staple of crypto because it's the first crypto. And if we remember that, we can always put a little bit of a focus on Bitcoin because here's the thing, we don't want Bitcoin to fail. There's really not going to be a crypto except, maybe Ethereum, maybe for a very short period of while, it flips Bitcoin in market cap as we rally up towards the end of the year. But in all actuality, it doesn't matter because at the very beginning of that, Bitcoin will start leading. Bitcoin has always done that. Bitcoin leads the way of the impulse. Once it first starts breaking out of a new all-time high, in the short term, it'll usually outperform. But then once it starts going up into price discovery, that's the moment where the altcoins actually do start to follow it. And so we're going to expect to see the same type of move. But we got to remember that the higher Bitcoin goes, the more bullish it is for all of our altcoins. That's just the way it works. And so we got to remember that because we really want Bitcoin to do well. And so it's not a bad idea to hold Bitcoin. At this point, buying more Bitcoin, in my opinion, isn't the greatest option that you could do. If you're just now getting into the markets, buying really high cap cryptos like Cardano, even like Ethereum for the most part, they're going to be safe bets to hold, but they're not going to make as much money. And that's why you see a lot of these meme coins taking off between Shiba Inu and stuff like that. It's just very emotional psychology based when we analyze it from that perspective. We know that there's a lot of euphoria inside of the market. There's a lot of stuff like NFTs that are taking off that really don't make any sense with their valuations, and they won't hold their valuations long term, in my opinion. And so it's important not to get too distracted by all of this stuff as Bitcoin's breaking these all-time highs, because this is the moment where everything kind of does start start to get really delusional in the markets. If you're just now getting in and this is how you think it normally is, it's really not. It's a slow, boring process to get to the price action that we're at right now. And if you've been around through the cycles, you'll understand exactly what I mean. I was here for the last bear market, and so it took an insanely long period of time, well, 4 years basically, to get back to this point of where I'm seeing markets like this. And it just reminds me a lot of 2017, right before Bitcoin went from 3,000 to 20,000. And this is almost the exact same point, right? This is the next leg up where I believe we're going to be heading upwards of $250,000 per Bitcoin, which is going to be clear up here. You know, people think that's crazy, but I've seen how market cycles go when they get parabolic towards the end of the years. And I think Bitcoin is in a major bull run that's even more parabolic than 2017 looked. And so this is the one that I want to talk to you guys about, just mainly because this is going to see a lot of new money coming into the markets. And so when it comes to looking at Ethereum, we can come over here on the daily and we can see that Ethereum is holding strong as well. In fact, Ethereum just flipped its major resistance. This was the previous resistance here before we even had that short-term sell-off. And we just flipped this one as support. And so this is kind of happening both within those all-time highs and this resistance right here. In my opinion, this isn't going to hold as much resistance, and we're going to see this one break out just as Bitcoin is breaking out of its all-time high. And so in the end of the cycle, I would expect Ethereum to outperform. You know, it's kind of lagged for the most part. It's done well in different phases, but the ETH BTC chart, in my opinion, is a great one to go off of right now. And that's mainly just because of the fact the ETH BTC chart, as long as we can show mainly the accumulation that's been taking place over here for the last couple of years, then you guys are going to understand a little bit more of why I believe Ethereum is actually a better and more superior hold for the end of the year. We can see that the Ethereum BTC chart has had one of the most accumulated chart patterns I've ever seen, where we have years of a rounded bottom, and this is literally just the first little breakout right here. This is all accumulation that took place throughout this period. And once we actually got this breakout here back from the beginning of April, early spring, you know, we broke out and then we've ended up just correcting for the last couple months, right? Now, this to me just looks like your classic A, B, C correction. And this is going to lead to, you know, a strong move into new all-time highs. I believe that this one's most likely just going to go parabolic. And so with a length of accumulation like this, I do believe we're going to get a lot of price appreciation on the upside. Why I actually think that we're going to see Ethereum outperform Bitcoin on this end of the year blow off top. Now, a crypto that I haven't talked about in a little while that I'm actually still really bullish on is actually Chainlink. Now, Chainlink has had one of the better buybacks that we've seen thus far on the way back up. And I do believe that the reason why is simply just going to be that Chainlink is kind of the staple of DeFi, right? So I do believe that we're going to see Chainlink actually take off a lot when we see the chart of DeFi, because the chart of DeFi actually just looks like the chart of Chainlink. And with Chainlink starting to take off like it has thus far, it's started to kind of outperform, even though it's done, you know, really bad compared to Ethereum. It's done bad against Bitcoin in the last year alone. But I do believe that that trend is going to be changing, because I believe that DeFi as a whole is going to go up significantly. We're going to see the same kind of craze that we saw back in 2020 when we saw all of the DeFi protocols taking off. I believe at that exact same moment of time, we're going to actually see NFTs start moving significantly as well. We can see here that I found that this is just an index on Uniswap. I pulled it up off of TradingView. I don't know exactly how great this index is, or, you know, what part of NFTs are even inside of this. I gather just the biggest ones in volume, but I really am not sure. I just barely saw this chart today. So I don't know exactly how tangible this is, but what I can say is based off of just this price action alone, we can see a lot of bullish divergence that's starting to come in here as the NFT index has trended down. We've actually had 3 lower lows, and inside of those, we've had 3 higher highs on the RSI. And this is on a daily time frame, so I mean, it's big enough to be able to make the conclusion that the sellers are getting exhausted. I wouldn't be surprised if we came down for one more low initially, as crypto is breaking out right here. But, I mean, regardless, I don't think that it necessarily matters, because I would expect that this is going to hold on support as well. But this is just something that we can look at, and we can see that there is 2 early trends developing. Well, there's a few different trends. We can see that Bitcoin just broke its all-time high, retested it as support, and we're going into price discovery. We can see that Ethereum is also doing the same thing. It's pretty much in price discovery against the dollar. We can see that the Bitcoin pair has actually been accumulated for a long time. We just broke out of that range, and now we should expect to see these type of moves that takes place at the end of the year where we see big blow off tops in the cycles. So Ethereum, BTC, we would expect outperformance. Now Link, on the other hand, has done really bad for the last year approximately, right? It's underperformed Bitcoin, it's underperformed Ethereum, but I believe at the end of the year we will see a difference in that, because back in 2020 we did see altcoins, specifically in the DeFi space, outperform Ethereum in that pace. And so I think that this is kind of the trend that's developing. Later down the line, after we get a blow off top inside of the altcoins, or we're getting close to that blow off top, I believe that that's where we're going to see a big outperformance inside of the NFTs. So the way that the hierarchy kind of works is you have Bitcoin at the top, and then you have Ethereum down here. And you oftentimes see outperformances in the altcoins from different periods of time, with altcoins ending up outperforming towards the end of the cycle. But generally speaking, Bitcoin leads, Ethereum kind of follows, altcoins are going to follow Ethereum as far as the mid caps, the low caps, and then even other higher cap coins are right here with Ethereum for the most part. But that's the moment where you're going to actually start to see different sort of sectors inside of Ethereum taking off. That's why we see DeFi today. You know, DeFi outperforms Bitcoin and Ethereum in spurts, but that's another subcategory of when Ethereum starts to do good. We see other things like that do well as kind of a side effect. Now, the next thing that we need to pay attention for is actually going to be NFTs, right? So NFTs, these are a new subcategory that we have to factor in once again, simply because of the fact that we're at the end of the year. We've already seen these NFTs taking off in a big way. We've seen CryptoPunks massively outperform. We've seen the Bored Ape Society taking off in a big way. I'm holding the Doge Pound, and those things have done phenomenally well for me. And so we are seeing a lot of euphoria inside of these markets. Do I think that these hold long-term value? I mean, some of them, yes, but for the most part, we're still going to see a big crash in price, right? This is a very speculative market, and we're seeing the NFTs are actually this subcategory of what happens when Bitcoin and Ethereum do well. And I'm not going to factor in DeFi. I'm not going to factor in all of the other subcategories out there, but between that hierarchy, that's the way it goes. And so with us seeing the chart actually showing a reversal, looking like it's going to be happening soon, I believe that we're at that point where we will start to see NFTs picking up, because a lot of them have been selling off in the last couple months. I've made a lot of money off of some of them, and they've actually held and maintained a great price. But as markets have sold off and as they've actually started to trend back up, NFTs are lagging, and it's easy to tell that they lag behind both Bitcoin and Ethereum. We will see them start to take off when the speculative market comes back in, when people have made a bunch more money off of altcoins, speculating on altcoins, meme coins taking off. Then they start making their altcoin profits over to the NFT market to speculate there, and that's when we see those outperform. So we should expect to see the same thing play out once again. I wanted to give you guys these charts just as a way to basically analyze some of the early trends that are developing inside of the market. We can see the reason why Chainlink's doing well is pretty much just because the DeFi chart retested this previous resistance as support. We're back above it as support. We're now about to be breaking out of that previous resistance that we made here in September. And then really all that's left is the all-time highs, which I think will break easily from. So this is a big thing to watch out for, guys. DeFi, NFTs, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything is going to do really, really well. This looks just like prime end of the year type of market price action that we see here, just mainly because the great thing about all of this is just simply how much this is just end of the year price action based off of emotional cycles, right? A cycle that's going very parabolic, a cycle that's going very parabolic, a cycle that has a lot of euphoria still in the market. This is exactly what you're going to end up seeing towards those end of the year blow off tops. And I believe that we're going to see these things take off so much. It's going to surprise a lot of people. Early spotting these trends and then getting exposure to those trends inside of different cryptos that you find in there. That's how you're going to be able to make a lot of money over the end of the year. You know, even meme coins, I'm not even going to hate on those, because I know that at the end of the year, we see so much euphoria in the market. The people are going to speculate on literally anything. Some of you guys are going to get rich off some of the dumbest stuff. Just make sure you take your profits when it comes to that. Remember the time frames. You know, we'll see a lot of outperformance in a number of these altcoins if you pick the right ones. By analyzing these charts specifically, it helps give us an idea of how we stack up against the rest of the market. We can see DeFi, we can see the NFTs based off of that index, and I'm going to have to do more research and figure out exactly which NFTs are part of that index. But just as me analyzing them as a whole, I've seen how my own NFTs have performed, and so, you know, there is somewhat of a variation variance inside of that. You're going to find NFTs that outperform the rest of the market, but I do believe that by the end of the year, we will see those things come down in price if the rest of the market comes down in price. So just wanted to celebrate the end of the year hype that we're seeing, wanted to celebrate Bitcoin breaking out of those all-time highs. You know, we have a lot of accumulation taking place in Ethereum. It looks like this is actually going to outperform Bitcoin. So a lot of money flooding into this alt run that we're going to see fueled at the end of the year. Wanted to celebrate this hype that we're seeing because it's the same hype I saw in 2017. If you're just now getting into the markets, you're about to get spoiled in thinking that this is the way it always is. It's not. This isn't the way it always is, but this is the most fun part where you're going to be able to make a lot of money. Just remember to take profits, and then we're all going to be good. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you found value in this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos. If you guys would like to join the Discord server or download my free ebook, links are going to be provided for you in the description. Make sure that you guys check out my video course and signals. This is where you're going to be able to follow all the trades that I take over the end of this year, where you're going to follow all my analysis, follow all the trades mainly just because at the end of the year we will be taking heavy profits, knowing when I'm taking profits, how much I'm taking profits to, and where, most importantly, I'm going to be taking those profits into other markets. I just opened a TD Ameritrade account, so I'm now going to be looking to venture into other avenues. I deposited some money, so if this is something you guys would actually like to see on the channel, me talking about my stock portfolio, things like that, or if you guys just want to guarantee yourself to see it inside of my Discord server, that's really where you're going to be able to get the number of different picks. I might just start analyzing stocks for fun just because I will be doing other things from crypto at the end of the year. Either way, crypto's heating up and we will be able to make a lot more money to put into those markets, but it's really important to cycle your investments into different avenues. You don't want to be all in on crypto when that crashes, and that's where you're going to be able to find out exactly how I'm doing it for myself. Thank you guys so much for watching, and with all that being said, I will catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.